Hello, second grade road trippers. You can see that I have my suitcase here. And now that I have completed my slides and my reading for the Lincoln Memorial, I get to mark it off in my suitcase on my map. So, okay, road trippers, let's open our suitcase. And the first thing that you should have in there is this sticky sheet. We can tell that it's sticky because it has this back. Now, there are cars because we're road tripping across the United States. And then there are stickers of the actual U.S. symbols and landmarks that we visited. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out, since we're starting with the Lincoln Memorial, that would be the second one here, the second one in from the to the right. So you can see that I am touching it here. I'm going to cut it out. And I'm going to cut out one car since we've learned and road tripped to this place. And you can do this along with me. You can pause the video whenever you need to. Just make sure you're following along and make sure that you're cutting out the correct one. Again, this is the Lincoln Memorial that we're on. Okay, now since this is our first stop, I'm going to be putting this on the first square. I can peel off the back paper and go ahead and stick it on here, similar to our passport. Okay, we have learned and visited that place virtually. Now let's go ahead and turn this around. We're going to look at our map here. And if you remember from our reading, the Lincoln Memorial can be found in Washington, D.C. Now, Washington, D.C. is its own little area. It is different than the state of Washington. So we're going to zoom in here. And we are going to find Washington, D.C. Now, what's funny about Washington, D.C. is that it is not in a state. Like I said, it's its own little special place because it's the capital of our country. But it can be found here between Maryland and Virginia. So what we're going to do is between Maryland and Virginia, we're going to put a little dot there, and then we're going to draw a line out here in the Atlantic Ocean. But this is going to be where we write Lincoln Memorial. And then we're going to cut out a car, and we're going to put our car here on the map to show that we have traveled, road tripped virtually to this place. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm cutting out one of the little blue cars from my sticky paper. It doesn't matter which one, they're all the same. And I'm going to stick it on my map. Again, you should do this with me. And this line means that that is where we're talking about, Washington, D.C. That's where the Lincoln Memorial is. So you can stick your car on here, or I might just stick it here in the ocean, but knowing that's where it is, where the line is pointing to. Okay, and I'm going to peel off this paper on the back and then stick my car on. That means that I will be all done. Now, this paper can be a little tricky. You might have to bend it a little bit to get it off, to get the backing off. Now, we'll be visiting other special symbols in Washington, D.C., which is why I think I'm going to put my car out here because I know I'm going to have others that I'll need to add. So again, I'm going to zoom in, find Virginia and Maryland. Now, in this little open part right here, that's Chesapeake Bay. That's a bay right there. So we want to go right between Maryland and Virginia, and wherever it is, it's close enough. So just try and get as close as you can for the Lincoln Memorial. So we have our car sticker, and we have our actual stamp of what the Lincoln Memorial looks like. And that means that we can check this one off our list of American symbols we visited. Good job, second graders.